You know, a random thought that just came in my mind is that people want to be chosen. You know, like they literally want to be chosen. And when you don't choose them, they're like a child that needs motherly love. And so they go and they cling to someone who will choose them, and then they'll officially give their loyalty to that person. You know, I've been learning a lot about community. What does community mean to me? And I mean that in the full regard of not just community in a way of outsiders and people. I mean that in the way of also community within the self. And this is something that's been coming up a lot for me. And if anyone's into astrology, my Placidus chart, I have a stellium in the seventh house. So partnerships are very important to me. And in whole sign, I have a stellium in the eighth house. So transformation is also something that is very important to me. I'm just now getting over a cold mucus situation. And like during these last few weeks, I've been learning a lot about loyalty. And like, what does loyalty actually mean? Are people more loyal to other people than they are to themselves? Do people really hold other people accountable when it comes to the loyalty that they have for them? You know, I've been in a situation where I've been dehumanized recently. I've been in a situation where you can tell, even though someone has been so sweet to you, they've been putting on a mask. And then you realize this whole time, like, were you actually ever truly my friend, or were you just posing as one because it was cool to be, or because someone that I knew you? You know what I mean? Like, and sometimes I feel like people have to pull the cool card in order for them to not be exiled by their cool friends. I'm really at that point in my life where I'm realizing that, like, people that really love you would never put you through anything that brings your nervous system to a complete wreck. They're never going to want to put you through a situation that involves you crying. They're never going to want to see you cry. They're never going to want to see you in a terrible situation. They're never going to want you to experience a sense of doubt, a sense of darkness, a sense of being without. They're never going to want to leave you out on a limb. That's just not what people who love you do. It's just not what they do. Some people, and this is one of those things where I realize that people are just human. And if it's cool to like you, then they'll like you. If it's cool to not like you, then they won't like you. People don't actually have a backbone a lot of the time. They look like they have a backbone. They may even have a lot of followers. They may look like they have their like persona so well polished that you'll realize that they don't actually have a soul. They've just created such a beautiful mask. And I've met so many people like this. Like, I'm not even just talking about one person. I'm talking about, I've met so many people this way, that they have literally polished their outside exterior so much and have created a Hollywood based persona that on the actual inside, they are some actually fucked up people because they don't have a soul. They don't know what it feels like to actually have a heart and mean that. So they'll ruin your name. They'll have people turn against you. They'll do everything in their power because they see that you actually are the one with the soul and with an actual spirit, and that your heart is actually genuine, and that you don't mean any harm by anyone. You just are existing. But that brings envy. That brings confusion in people. They just downright hate you because you are just you. There's no other explanation to that. And I'm here to let you know that if this is making sense to you, then sweetie, you're at the right video. Okay? You're at the right video. I feel like I've been learning a lot about the fakery. I've been learning a lot about, I'm so happy that I decided to stay connected to myself and my soul, that, status illusion and having a lot of followers and people just wanting to be around me because I'm a creative person, people that just want to be around me because I'm a pretty person, people that just want to be around me because I can take photography for them. These people exist. They only want to be around because of who you are. And if that makes sense to you in your own regard, however it makes sense for you, even if you're not a photographer, some people do want to be around you because you process their emotions for them. Some people want you to be around because you're the friend with the car. Some people want you around because when you're around, they don't have to pay for anything. I mean, girl, I can list 1,000 and a gazillion ways of why people keep people around for their own personal satisfaction and access. It's a thing. And then as soon as you take your access away, they're looking at you like you're crazy. You cut me off? Yeah, I cut you off. Yeah, I cut you off. And what? All you're gonna do is go tell all your friends not to be cool with me. All you're gonna go do is whine and make it seem like you're the victim at the end of the day. I don't care. I didn't care yesterday. I'm not gonna care today. One thing about me is that I know my love and my loyalty is way more value than your mask could ever be. Other people, other people are good at, whatever you feed them. So some people, they're like, oh my God, she's so pretty, or that person is so muscular, like I believe them because of that. Like, vanity at the end of the day will, and it's so sad because that's the world that we live in. Vanity will literally outweigh someone's honesty. I think it's absolutely crazy to me. Until you know karma, because karma doesn't see vanity. Until the universe, universe doesn't see vanity. It takes its due course. The person who was lying the whole time, the person who was just using you because of who you were, the person who was just around because of the benefits that you provided them, their karma comes ricocheting real quick. Whether you see it or not, let me tell you that karma does take its place. And sometimes it does take a little time. But just like this cat, it's doing everything that you don't see behind the scenes. Do you understand? I'm tired of being around people just because they're looking at me like I'm valuable. And then as soon as they don't find you valuable anymore, baby, they will kick you to the curb and act like you are a plague. They will act like you're a plague and then have the audacity to be like, oh, well, they're not around me right now. Well, maybe because that person's either going through something and they need your support that you're not going to give because they're no longer valuable to you. I mean, I could talk about this for hours, but true community. And I've realized honestly during this time, it's not just about people that are around you. It really is about how you're also showing up for yourself. Because I have to ask myself, like, why did I even allow this person to stay in my life so long to the point of them even receiving so many benefits from me, receiving so much access from me, receiving my love, my loyalty, my active listening, my protection, whatever it is that I provided them. Even if it was one of those things where I'm like, okay, my friend is sick right now, I want to drop something off. Like that tender love, care, and consideration, that consistency. People don't deserve that from you. And I had to ask myself, why am I overcompensating? Why am I overgiving? Why am I allowing other people who do not absolutely deserve access to me in general have so much access to me? So I had to start putting boundaries down. And if this makes sense, again, if this makes sense to you, where can you put down thicker boundaries, not just for other people to stay on the outside of, but maybe even yourself? Because I even had to be real with myself. How am I going to be mad at them for overcrossing my boundaries when one, I never had them? Two, if I did have them, I didn't allow them to be set in place because I just kept jumping over them myself. I mean, I wasn't even abiding by my own boundaries. But sometimes it does take experience for you to realize where you need to put down the boundary fence, right? It does take for you to go through something, grow through something, in order for you to realize where you've made the mistake of allowing people to keep jumping over what you would think is common sense, right? Well, guess what? It's not so common, baby girl. Baby boy, it's not so common. People were raised in different ways, regardless of astrological signs. Okay? People were literally raised in different ways. And some people were raised super spoiled, right? They always received and they never got taught how to actually give. And then there's people like myself who was raised to always give and to rarely receive. And so as you grow older, depending on how you grew up, you have to continuously raise yourself, right? So in this moment, I am raising myself again in a different way in regards to boundaries. And so what you would think is common sense, again, it is not common sense because we are all uniquely different. We all hold different characteristic traits. We are just different people. And some people really need to be told. Certain people really need for you to let them know about themselves. And honestly, I'm getting to this point in my life where I don't even care to let them know. I am just walking out the back door. And honestly, I'll walk out the front door and leave it open. I did. I walked out. You can check the cameras, but you weren't watching because you only were around when I was valuable, remember? And now that you're not hearing from me, now that I'm not around, you're checking for me. Of course. I'm tired of being one of those cards that people can just choose whenever they want to choose. No, I'm tired. And if you're anything like me, baby, it's time for boundaries to be implemented. You deserve to have a calm nervous system. You deserve to have people around you that see that you're in stress and that they want to lend a helping hand without looking at you like you're a disease or you're just like a wreck, and they don't want someone around them that doesn't make them feel like they're on their high horse. You are a part of transformation. True spirituality is transformation, it's not performance. And you deserve to be around people who want to hold you in every shape and form that you're in, every chapter that you are in. And you also deserve to hold yourself. You also deserve to hold yourself. Please, self care is just as important as community, okay? If not more. Because then you'll realize the more you do the self care, that you need to take people that don't deserve to be in your life out. And once you focus more on your self care, is the more you'll realize that people, this cat is just so busy. Let me tell you, you'll realize that the right people, the more you take care of self, will come into your circle without you even having to worry about giving them a PowerPoint on how to treat you. Okay? I'm talking partnerships, I'm talking friendships, girl, I'm talking relationships. Because we don't do situationships around here. I don't know what that is. I'm retired. Okay? And you need to be retired too. Don't let nobody play with you. And don't let you play with you. Okay? I love you. And if you enjoyed this, please like, subscribe, be a part of the family, comment. Because we're going to have more videos like this. I didn't get dolled up today to not do a video. Okay? I love you guys. Please follow me on TikTok. Please follow me on Instagram. I do readings on TikTok. On Instagram, I'm talking about magic. I'm talking about photography. I'm talking about all things that most people don't want to talk about. I'm the taboo talker. Okay? I love you guys. Stay magical. Bye.